Good morning, everybody. It is June the 14th. Today, you are going to need your chair. You're going to need a pair of weights and two bands if you have them. We were going to go from easier to harder. So if you have a band or two, go ahead and grab those. If you only have one band, you can do everything that we're doing with one band. If you have no band, you simply just modify and pretend as if you have a band, or you're going to add weights in lieu of a band. So pair of weights, two bands, and your chair. We're going to get started with our warm up by doing seated jacks. Now, if you want to add a little bit to this particular warm up, have your easiest band with you. You're not going to start with the band, but you will add it in. And we're going to actually use that band at arms. So grab your easiest band and go sit down on the front edge of your chair. And we're going to get started by doing seated jacks using the band. Okay, here we go. Let's get the music going. All right. Now, the lovely thing about jacks, especially the seated ones, you can work on your balance by sitting back into a little bit of a reclined position if you want to, lifting and lowering your feet. And if you can't do that from here, you can do one leg at a time. And it's actually a good idea, even if you're doing it the other way, to kind of do the one leg. It allows you to take your leg a little wider and warm that hip up a little more. With the arms, try to get your thumbs overhead. Doesn't have to be a long, tall arm. Don't want to make your shoulders cranky. Good. Let's change it up. Come to center. Arms are in front of you. And you're going to short and push into your shoulder blades. Okay? And if you haven't turned your mic off, I need for you to go ahead and do that for me, please. Why? Otherwise, you're going to be in the video. And I know some of you don't mind that, but some of you will. Good. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and bring it to center. Pick up your little band here. Just whip it onto your arm and get it close to elbows and do whatever you want band-wise. I'm just going to keep it right here at shoulder level. And I'm going to take my legs to singles and out because that's going to work for me for stretch-wise and warm up. I'm going to add a little turn and twist as well. Good. If you don't want to put a band on, then don't. I'm going to take it up just a little bit and bring it back down. So when you're doing stuff like this, you can kind of play with your space. Find what's going to work for you. Just because your person says, say right here, you think, I want to stretch a little bit, then stretch. Bring it up and then go ahead and bring it back down if you're up. Because the song is almost done. Bring it in. Now, we're going to keep this same band and we're going to put it on right here at below knee level. Whichever band that is that you're using. Okay, once you get that on, stand up for me. Take your legs apart. We're going to go up into calf raises. Now, if you need a chair or a wall or a table to hold on to, please feel free. But you want to take the band to tension, which means you feel it pulling your legs together. And that's when you want to go into your heel raises. Good. So we're going to go ahead right into calf work. We did leg work. We're going down into calf work. Good. Whatever it takes for you to do this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I want you to sit into your heels. Sit your hips back just a little bit. And you're going to lift your toes. Try not to rock when you lift your toes. I don't want you doing this and rocking yourself, okay? I want you doing this. Lift, lift. So minimal movement. And you'll be able to feel that in your legs. So you're trying not to rock. Excellent. This is a great way to help improve your balance, being able to lift your toes without your whole body shifting backwards. Okay. And we're also in a little bit of a bend, which means it's harder to lift your toes. So don't expect to lift them 4 or 5 inches high. That's not going to happen. 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up on our toes, keeping that tension, keeping your legs wide, and walk around. So yes, we are now penguins with a band on our legs. So you're going to walk around and you have to shift your weight from toe to toe in order to move. Do forward, do backwards, make a couple of turns with those legs wide. You know that song, Give Me 40 Acres, and I'll turn this rig around. That's kind of what it takes when you got your legs spread apart, because you can't just turn because your legs are 12 to 18 inches away from each other. All right. All right, I want you to go ahead and back up to where your chair is. I'm going to change bands, and I'm just going to take it up because this easy band on me is way too easy, but we're going to keep that easy band on. I just need something that's a little more for me. All right. And we're going to take that to thigh level. Okay. So if you needed to change bands, great, fine, no worries. Right above your knees, go wide. And then once you're there, you got the tension on the band, take your knees out to the normal position. The band is going to want to pull your legs in. Roll those hips back, right into hip hinge. By keeping your legs at this lovely, nice angle here, you're just going to sit into those hips, find those hamstrings, and let's warm it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Give yourself a little shake there. And then set right back down into those hamstrings. Take the knees apart a little bit more. If you want to rest your elbows here, you can do that. The band is working the static for us. We're just in a hold. And we're going to come back up. We're going to take a step in. Shake your legs out. Now we're going to go back out into a sumo stance. So wide with the knees bent. And I want you to take 2 or 3 steps forward with that band. And then I want you to go backwards as far as you can go. Be mindful of where your chair is. And let's go forward again. Legs stay wide the whole time. It's a very deliberate, definitive movement. You're having to push up off the floor for your movement, and that's fine. Excellent. Forward again. And then back to midway. We're going to sit down and we're going to do heels up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now heels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And heels. 1, 2, 3, 4. And toes. This is our last 3, 2, and 1. Come up, step in, take that band off. All right. We are done with the band for the moment. And we're going to come back to this song. We're still going to be in that wide stretch position, and you will need your weights. You can use 1 weight or 2, and you're going to hold them. So you need to have your hands shaped like this. Make your Vulcan sign here. So you're going to cup it like you would a goblet, okay? So if you had a goblet of wine, whatever finger you put that in between, you're going to cup it that way. So we're going to do skater lunge with nice long arms. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. Of about the million things that I forgot to do, I forgot to turn on the music share, and I highly apologize for that. I have it fixed now. I think things will be good. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I was sitting here going, why can't I hear it as well? Because it's coming out of my computer. Okay, here we go. Let me make it start again. There we go. No, not that one. Still not that one. Can you hear it now? Good. All right, everybody go to wide stance. Again, those knees need to be here. Upper body is up, okay? That lower back is in good position. You're holding it in goblet stance. And we're simply gonna go side to side. Now, you're not bending down into it. You're stretching your inner thigh for the moment. Your arms are hanging long. You're not going forward to put yourself in position to hurt your back. All right? When you go to the right, you want to focus on pushing that right hip back. When you go to the left, push that left hip back. And it looks like I'm leaning, but the reality is, because my hip is going back, my back is following. So you'll notice when I go here, there's a nice long line from my shoulder to my ankle. So I am not folding myself into this other than the mechanics of the move. So be wary of what your back is doing. Good. We're going to do 8 more. Ready? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to go ahead and put one weight down. Just put it right here on the floor. Start with the weight in your left hand. We're going to go to the right. Your right hand's going to go up behind you. So we're going to go here and switch. Here and switch. So we're going to add that arm raise, that little bit of a twist in your spine and in your ribs. If you don't want to go that far down, then don't. You're still pushing that hip back, getting that stretch. Good. And it's important to lift that arm up there. Get your body to move in a slightly different manner than it was a while ago. We're always about body movement. If your feet are sliding on your floor, please adjust. You'll notice I've made several adjustments. My shoes are tracking outward, so I pull them back in so as not to get myself in trouble. We're going to do this last one and let go of the weight. And now we're going to do free hands. And if you want to speed up, for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pick up our weights, come to center, roll it up. We're going to keep our weights. So you're holding it here. Thumbs are out. So you have your thumbs up off your weights. Okay. We're going to do hammer curl. So going to lift here. And the next thing we're going to do, sorry, let me adjust that. We're going to do a little pushback. All right? So you're not turning your wrist or anything. You're just going to push straight back, squeezing those shoulder blades. That's what it looks like from the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. All right? Good. And focus. Keep your abs in a good position, nice and slow. When you push back, get that stretch on the arms. If you want to add a little more to the front, let's bring our elbows up a little higher. Like you're dumping the weights behind your ears. So we'll make it a little longer. Our complex movement's going to get a little longer. Here. Try not to tuck your chin when you do that. So you keep your head in the normal place and roll it back. Your tendency is to want to tuck your chin, but don't. Doesn't help. Now, bring it right here. As you go back, I want you to turn your thumbs so that they face each other, and then bring your thumbs back to normal position. So it's going to look, so my thumbs are normal, and then they're both going to face in, and then come back up. All right, so now you're adding a twist. Good. Add that twist in there. Getting a little more on this long arm movement. Excellent, guys. Excellent. And if the weights get to be too much, you can always go down in a set of weights if you need to, or you can put the weights down and just move your arms freely, keeping your thumbs proactive. Do not make a fist. Keep your thumbs in charge of the movement and just let your fingers curl slightly. All right, let's slow it way down. Let's go way up here. Full extension, turn, lift. Nice and slow. Focus on the movement because we're at the end. Here and down. Roll those shoulders. All right. We're going to take our weights with us to our chair. I'm going to pull my chair forward just a smidge. Okay. We are going to sit, stand, half sit, stand. So get into your hip hinge position. That's going to work for you. And I'm going to put my weights behind me out of range of my bootay. All right. You're going to sit, stand, half, stand, sit, stand, half, stand. So the first one is a complete seat, and the second one is that halfway down, okay? One of my weights rolled, so keep going. Nobody needs to sit on their weights. And if you want to slow this down, or if your knees get cranky, you can simply go into hip hinge position and stay there and pulse. But the idea here is to practice seating yourself in your hip hinge that you're already doing. So it shouldn't look like much different no matter how you do it. So this is the half for me, and this is my seat. So the difference is about 6 inches and sitting my rear end all the way down. Good. All right. Let's do one more half. And then I want you to go ahead and sit down. Don't lose your stance here. If you have your weights in your chair, grab them. If you don't, well, then grab them. All right. We're going to curl. So as we stand up, we curl. As we half sit, we open. We stand up, we curl. We sit down and open. So your arms always come up when you come up. They go down when you go down. If that gets to be too much, put the weights down and try to move your arms. And if you find a pattern that works better for you, that is fine. You don't have to do any arms on this, or you can do whatever arms you choose. This is just what we're doing right now. Now again, if your knees start to get cranky from the sitting and the standing, you just go to the halfway point and you stay right here and you pulse, okay? In fact, let's just everybody go to pulse. Make sure your lumbar's in good position. And I'm gonna go ahead and just bring my arms back into curls. You do not have to. We're wigging it at the end, guys. I saw that, Richard. Mini me in the house. 3, 2, 1, come up. We're gonna set our weights to the side. And we're gonna go to our chair and sit down actually this time. Front edge of your chair, as you know. All right. V-sit. V-sit. Okay. So when you V-sit, you're on the front edge of your chair, and you're going to try to lift your legs up and hold them there without touching the back of your chair. Now, not everybody can do this. I'll demonstrate. You're here like this, and I'm holding onto my chair. I'm not touching the back of my chair. And that's what you're going to do. Just pick up your knees and hold them there. From the front, if you can go ahead and do this, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to keep describing this for everybody else. Pick them up and hold them. You need to take a hand here to rest. That will play with your mind psychology-wise and say, hey, we're doing better. You can do both hands. If you cannot pick up both feet at once, get yourself in position and hold one for 5 to 10 seconds. And then you, after you're into your count, you simply put it down and you re-engage with the next one, okay? Now, you're not going to do a bicycle. It's called a V hold for a reason. You want to try to hold your legs up, but don't damage your lumbar while you're doing this. Make sure you're in good position, okay? If you need to put your feet down and take a break, stretch your back, please feel free to do so. If you need to take one foot down and tap that toe right here like this, I'm still in the hold. My leg is still high. Gonna switch it out. I'm gonna do this one. There are all kinds of modifications for this. This helps with the lower belt of your abs. Okay? You want to cross your legs, you can do that. Okay? There's many ways to help yourself accomplish this. Okay? You're doing great, guys. Whew, make sure you're breathing. You're starting to get the shakes through your torso. That's a good thing. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You can do it. We almost got a few. Got 10, 12 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down. Roll those hips forward and feel how your back releases and just lean. Ooh, nice. Okay, grab your harder band. You're going to loop that band underneath your right foot. Okay, and then you're going to scoop your hand towards you into the band. We're going to do our lawnmower pull. So make sure you're well seated, that you've got your right arm braced on your right knee, and that your back is in good position. And we're going to pull up. We're going to go here. Sit up straight, bring your arm, and return. 2, 3. So you're not twisting your spine. Your body's going forward. 4, 5. And no, your elbow does not have to stay on your thigh. 6. And you do want to do a little bending of your arm if you can. 7. Now, if you don't have a band, you can use a free weight. 8. And you would simply have the weight down here, and you would pull up and rotate just a little bit. 9. 10. Let's do 2 more just for kicks. 2 and 1. And now we switch. So you're going to put it on your left foot, and your right foot is going to scoop the band. Okay. You start by getting yourself set. And remember, you're pulling straight up and then bending your elbow. There should not be a big twist in your spine. That's number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Since you've already got this looped on one foot, go ahead and put your other foot in there. Oof. Ah, why are you hung on my shoe? Yes, it even happens to me. Take this up to thigh level. We'll take bets on when this thing pops. All right. We're going to go into abs, and then we're going to stretch and cool down. Okay, this band does not like me today. What the heck? Once you get it laid flat, take your feet apart so that there's resistance on the band. So normally you have a choice of where your feet are going to go, not with the band. Sit up nice and tall. All right, let's start with our hands. Crisscross fingertips touching your shoulders. So they're a little higher than normal. Belly button's in good position, leaning forward. Lean back to your 80. Right? Lift your toes. Ooh. And very small pulse. Okay? So we have resistance here. We have resistance at our toes. We have resistance up at the top of our chest. And all of our action is occurring internal with this set of muscles. That's what's causing all the movement, is you just slightly moving back and pulsing those abs. Okay. And y'all look great. Make sure you're breathing. This is not the time to see if you can join the SEALs by holding your breath for 6 minutes. I think they have to do it longer. All right, go ahead and put your toes down. And if you can, wiggle your feet apart a little more, being mindful to keep your knees even with your feet. And let's give ourselves a little bit of a challenge on the top side. Now you can keep your elbows where they are, or lift them a little bit. And that kind of feels like a push down pressure. Okay, you can modify that anywhere from chest to shoulder level. Good. We'll be doing our stretch next. We're in the last quarter of this song. You guys are doing excellent. Let's lift one arm up just like this. And let's do the other. So basically we opened our resistance. Walk it out gently. So I'm just basically doing a little arm hop, taking it to goalpost position. When I find that comfortable position now, you're still up high, but guess where you're probably feeling it the most? You're probably feeling it the most where your rear end is making connection with the chair, because it's going, wait a minute, it all shifted to this one spot. Maybe not. That's where I'm feeling it. Good. Keep your movement and slowly let your arms go down. You're keeping your rock. You're actually just going to let your arms go all the way down. Good. Sit up to your 90. Walk your feet in. And let's take our band off. Woo! Yes, team. All right. Stay seated. We're going to do our stretch. Good. We have our 2 minutes to do our stretch. And we're just going to play that song again. All right. Hands up. And let's rock on our chair. You can widen your knee stance if you want to, whatever you want to do with that. I know for me, I need a little more stretch. Letting my shoulders relax. Good. Now, scoot your feet forward just a little bit more. And we're going to roll our hips forward and let our elbows come to the top of our thighs. Let your back and neck and everything stay level and kind of come down straight. And you're laying into your inner thighs. Make sure once you get there, you let your feet and your legs relax, as well as your low back. Sometimes we keep the tension by curling our toes or thinking our knee or our legs need to hold some tension. Let it go. Just don't fall off your chair. Roll your chin up. And let's go ahead and roll back into our chair, being mindful of the lumbar there. Let's do a hula a couple of times. 1, 2, 3 the other way. 2 and 3. Walk your feet in. And I want you to exaggerate. So turn those toes as much as you can and then swing those heels to the point you're pushing your ankles out, okay? And then swing those ankles back out, those heels back out, and turn your toes out. So we're exaggerating the movement at the ankle for the moment to get that stretch. One more time. Out and in. Let's go ahead and bring it in and in right here. Let's take one hand down towards our shoes and the other hand up behind us for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that one down and the other one up behind us for 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Roll it up all the way through your neck, chin up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath. And exhale to neutral. Good job, you guys. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll catch you on the flip side.